In a world full of tech gadgets, it's hard to know which ones are truly worth your attention. So, does this product rise above the noise? Let's find out together as we put it to the ultimate test. AMD Ryzen 5 9500F Review. Affordable, cool, and surprisingly powerful for just $160. The CPU market in 2025 is more competitive than ever. But AMD seems to know exactly how to capture the attention of gamers on a budget. The newly released Ryzen 5 9500F is being hailed as one of the most attractive processors in the entry-level gaming segment, offering strong performance, excellent thermal efficiency, and a surprisingly wallet-friendly price tag of just $160. Let's dive deeper into what makes this chip stand out and whether it's the right choice for gamers and creators alike. Packaging and first impressions. Unlike the minimalist eco-friendly boxes bundled with the Ryzen 7 9700X and Ryzen 5 9600X, the Ryzen 5 9500F comes with a pleasant surprise. AMD includes the Wraith Stealth Cooler in the box. This sleek, all-black cooler is more than capable of handling the 9500F's thermal demands, saving gamers the extra cost of buying a third-party solution. The processor itself features the same packaging style as other Ryzen 9000 chips, fully compatible with existing AM5 motherboards such as B650 and X670E. For anyone upgrading from an older build, this means lower overall costs and an easier transition. Architecture and specs. The Ryzen 5 9500F is built on AMD's latest Zen 5 architecture, utilizing TSMC's 4nm FinFET process. It packs 6 cores and 12 threads, along with a combined 38 MB of L2/L3 cache. Clock speeds are set at a 3.8 GHz base and up to 5.0 GHz boost. Its default TDP is just 88W, a strong indicator of efficiency compared to its Intel rivals. Effectively, the 9500F is the younger sibling of the Ryzen 5 9600X. The main differences are the removal of integrated graphics and slightly lower clock speeds. But the $160 price tag makes this trade-off extremely attractive for gamers who plan to use a discrete GPU anyway. Gaming benchmarks. Performance is where the Ryzen 5 9500F truly surprises. In head-to-head tests with Intel's Core i5-14600K, a chip that costs significantly more, AMD's budget-friendly CPU often came out ahead. CSGO 2484 FPS average on the 9500F versus 441 FPS on the i5-14600K. That's nearly a 10% lead for AMD. Eternal Tribulation 238 FPS versus 229 FPS, again with AMD slightly ahead. Valorant 737 FPS on the 9500F compared to 648 FPS on the Intel chip, showing a massive 13.7% advantage in raw averages, though Intel scored better in 1% lows. Shadow of the Tomb Raider 276 FPS versus 237 FPS, giving the 9500F a whopping 16% edge. Forza Horizon 5 219 FPS compared to 203 FPS, once again in AMD's favor. Red Dead Redemption 2 180 FPS versus 172 FPS, maintaining the lead. Black Myth Wukong practically even, though AMD still edged out Intel by a tiny margin. Cyberpunk 2077. This was the one title where Intel pulled ahead, with the i5-14600K outperforming the 9500F by about 7.5% in average FPS. Across a suite of 10 modern games, the Ryzen 5 9500F delivered an average of 8.8% better gaming performance than the Core i5-14600K. An impressive feat given its lower cost and power draw, power consumption and thermals. Efficiency is where the Ryzen 5 9500F shines brightest. During a 30-minute IDA 64 FPU stress test, the chip stabilized at just 71.6 C while consuming around 100 W. All 6 cores maintained clocks near 4.9 GHz under load. By comparison, the Core i5-14600K drew 210 W and ran at 89 C under the same conditions. Nearly double the power draw and far hotter. Cinebench R23 multi-core stress tests told the same story. Ryzen 5 9500F peaked at 65 C. Core i5-14600K peaked at 72 C. Not only is the Ryzen chip cooler and more efficient, but it also reduces demands on cooling solutions and power supplies. making it friendlier for budget builds. Final verdict. At just $160, the AMD Ryzen 5 9500F checks nearly all the right boxes for a budget-friendly gaming CPU. It outperforms the pricier Intel Core i5-14600K in 8 out of 10 games tested, while consuming half the power and running much cooler. Its inclusion of the Wraith Stealth Cooler further increases its value, ensuring buyers can start gaming right away, without needing to invest in additional cooling hardware. Of course, the lack of integrated graphics may be a downside for users who want a system without a discrete GPU. And in specific titles like Cyberpunk 2077, Intel still has the edge. But for most gamers looking for a sweet spot CPU that is powerful, efficient, and affordable, the Ryzen 5 9500F is hard to beat. This chip may not carry the prestige of AMD's higher-end offerings, but its mix of performance, efficiency, and value could make it one of the most popular CPUs of 2025.